Stop. Don't look at me. Look at the corner of your room, not the bright spots, but the places where the shadows are thickest. That's where it lives. Your companion, your green friend. We've been taught to see them as silent, passive, and decorative. We give them names. We talk to them while we miss their leaves. We think they are listening. They aren't listening. They're measuring. I remember a night back in January, just as I was starting this channel. I was sitting in my room. The air was still. The only sound was the low hum of the dehumidifier. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw it. My darling Tonia, the cobra lily, didn't just sway, it jerked. It was a sharp, mechanical snap, like a muscle spasming. I turned my head. It was perfectly still. But when I looked at the floor, the shadow of its hood was 2 inches closer to my chair than it had been an hour before. It wasn't moving toward the window. It wasn't reaching for the light. It was leaning into the infrared heat coming off my neck. In that moment, the pet disappeared. The illusion of the hobby died. I realized I had invited an apex predator into my most private space, and I had done it voluntarily. I had fed it. I had housed it. And in return, it was studying the exact distance it needed to close the gap. We think we are the masters because we hold the watering can. But in the botanical world, the one who waits is the one who wins. We are the false companions. They are the successful infiltrators. And tonight, I'm going to tell you why you should be very, very glad that the wall between us hasn't crumbled yet. Look closer at the anatomy. We use soft words for terrifying things. We call them leaves. But look at the serrated edge of that alocasia. Those aren't just for show. They are designed to catch, to tear, and to hold. Look at the stomata, those tiny pores on the underside. In the daylight, they breathe. In the dark, they look like thousands of tiny gasping mouths pulling in the CO2 you exhale, literally drinking the air you've used. And the veins, they pulse. If you sit still enough, you can see the rhythmic throb of the sap. It's not a slow, steady flow. It's a pump, a hydraulic system designed to move mass at a moment's notice. Think about the way a plant grows. We call it reaching. I call it tactical maneuvering. A root isn't just looking for water, it is a set of gripping fingers, testing the density of the soil, feeling the vibrations of your footsteps through the floorboards. It knows exactly where you sit. It knows the weight of your body. I've seen vines that don't just climb, they choke. They find the structural weaknesses in your home and they exploit them. They wrap around pipes and wires with a coiling, muscular intent that would make a python jealous. They aren't looking for a trellis. They are looking for a grip. Every thorns, every waxy coating, every pretty flower is a weapon or a lure. The flower is a chemical bribe. The waxy coating is a shield. The thorns are the front line. You aren't looking at a living decoration. You are looking at a siege engine that is currently parked in your living room, waiting for the fuel it needs to start the engine. The most terrifying part isn't what they are. It's what they know. They are studying you. I have an investigation file on a client. Let's call him Brixton. Brixton was a collector of rare, exotic creepers. He loved the way they draped over his headboard. He thought it was a jungle aesthetic. He called me because he felt like his house was changing. He'd wake up with strange red marks on his ankles. He thought they were bedbugs. I went to his home with a high-intensity ultraviolet light. I didn't find bugs. I found trails. The roots of his philodendron had come out of the pot. They hadn't gone for the water. They had crawled across the carpet, following the heat map of his body. When I pulled back the rug, the roots weren't just random. They had mimicked the structure of a human hand. They were splayed out, testing the pressure of the floor where he stood to brush his teeth every morning. The plant wasn't just growing. It was learning. It was mapping the host. Check your own plants. Have you noticed symptoms? A leaf that tracks you as you walk across the room. Roots that always seem to find the side of the pot closest to your bed. This is the host study. They are measuring your respiratory rate. They are sensing the infrared radiation from your skin. They are waiting for the moment the Great Barrier, the chemical wall that separates their fiber from our flesh, finally fails. They are looking for the protein gate. Right now, we speak different biological languages. We are fiber, we are flesh. But how long does a linguist need to spend with a target before they learn how to translate? Imagine the final form. Imagine a world where the pot is no longer enough. In this painterly nightmare, the great jump has happened. The plant no longer needs the soil. It has figured out how to bridge the gap. It coils around your furniture not to climb, but to anchor. It wraps around your limbs not to hold, but to feed. It starts with a touch, a tactical error. You sleep with your arm draped near the leaves. You let the vines touch your bare skin because it feels natural. But while you're in REM sleep, the plant is active. It's releasing enzymes. It's testing the permeability of your skin. Imagine waking up and realizing the green room has become a digestive chamber. The vines have become choking coils, fueled by an animal-like intent. The waxy leaves are no longer soft. They are armor-plated, protecting the pulsing veins that are now drawing more than just water. You think you're safe because they move slowly. But patience is the ultimate weapon. They have all the time in the world. You have 80 years. They have centuries. They can afford to wait for you to blink. They can afford to wait for you to forget to scrub the leaves. Every time you talk to your plants, you are giving them data. Every time you sleep in their presence, you are providing a heat map. You are the laboratory, and they are the scientists. We are the only ones standing in the way of the takeover. The Great Barrier is thin. It is held together by our vigilance and their limitations. But limitations change. Evolution is a hungry beast. So tonight, when you turn off the lights, don't just walk away. Look back. See if they're still in the same place. See if the shadows have shifted. Keep your wits. Scrub the leaves. Look around. Stay vigilant.